I was baptized into a very devout Roman Catholic family. My uncle was a priest. I had a zeal for God, but it wasn't based on knowledge. And I had a religion, but I had no relationship with Christ. And so when I opened the Bible and began reading it, I had a crisis of faith at the age of 35. I found out very quickly that the plan of salvation that God reveals in his inspired word is totally different. In fact, it's diametrically opposed to the plan of salvation I was taught as a Roman Catholic. I called my uncle, who's a priest, and I said, why does the Bible teach a different way of salvation than the Catholic Church? And he said, well, that's just not true. And so I quoted Ephesians 2:8-9, for by grace you have been saved through faith. This is not of yourselves, it's the gift of God, not of works, so that no man may boast. He said, God doesn't really mean what he's saying there. And so he pacified me for a while, but the more I kept reading, the more I could never reconcile the two. I saw in Titus 3:5, he saved us not because of righteous things we have done, but because of his mercy. It was during this crisis of faith that the Lord just opened my eyes to see the light of the gospel and the glory of Christ. And I ended up leaving the Catholic Church, and I ended up leaving my corporate career, and I went to Dallas Theological Seminary. In seminary, I was studying Romans 10. And there, as you know, Paul was praying for the salvation of the Israelites. He said they had a zeal for God, but it wasn't based on knowledge. And not knowing God's righteousness, they sought to obtain their own. And I thought, wow, I know so many Catholics in the same position. And so it was then that the Lord really gave me a burden to reach back into this religion and to share the gospel with them.